Hey, how you doing? It's Joshua here with I Cut Grass, and today is June the 21st, 2017. I wanted to take just a few minutes here briefly to talk with you about one of my trimmers that I use. I'm on the residential side of the industry. We mow a lot of homeowners' properties for them, and I've been wanting to share a little bit of my experience with the trimmer. My business is 10 years old, but I wanted to share my experience about the trimmer and some pros and cons about all that kind of stuff. So if anyone had ever seen or been considering this type of a trimmer, maybe they have a little, something to go off of based on what someone else has said about it. So that being said, almost all of my hand tools for my lawn care business are by Echo. I really like it. There's an Echo dealer that lives, or that is close to where I live. But this is the Echo Straight Shaft 225. It's the SRM225 trimmer. I have equipped it with an edge attachment, and I'll talk about that here briefly. I run the .095, I think it's that, or the .95 trim line, the round trim line. I don't use any of the hex shape. For me, I found that when I run those trimmers with those types of line, they have a tendency to pull at the grass, and I don't get the clean cut that I want. So I like the smaller diameter trim line. I also feel it's safer for exposed cable wires and other types of wires, landscape lighting, that you're going to occasionally run into when you're working. It's harder with the smaller line to damage property. The trade-off with that is it's not as strong and as durable, so you might use a little more line. That's a decision you have to make on your own. I go with the straight shaft trimmers because I've just gotten used to it. I've never really kind of was into the curved shaft trimmers. They don't work, I'm 5'9", and I can't bend over to use those the way that makes me feel comfortable. The reason that I use the 225 instead of the higher model Echo trimmers is because of torque. I don't need a whole lot of torque when I'm working on these properties. We're regularly maintaining them every week. In some cases, we do get some calls from people who haven't mowed in a couple of weeks or whatever, but this trimmer is more than enough power than what I need. The bladder for the fuel is big enough that I don't have to fuel the trimmer multiple times a day. Oftentimes, even at cutting 15 yards, one tank of fuel will get me through the day. There are some times where I have to fill it up again, but not that often do I have to do it. It's not too heavy. The higher models, I think it's the 260 or is it the 280 T, those are heavy. They've got a bigger motor, they've got more power in the torque, and they might also hold a little more line in the end of the trimmer. What I really like about these is I don't know if it's industry specific and standard now, or if it's just something that Echo did, but a few years back they started putting on the quick feed attachments instead of the traditional twine or wind up trimmer lines. When I got the first trimmer that had this attachment, or the quick feed here on the end, I didn't like it because I wasn't sure how to feed it. But after I used it one day, I love it. It's so fast. We get out and we trim. When we're going from lawn to lawn, we roll up an extra line of trim line and put one to each pocket. So that way, if we're out on a property and we run out of trim line, boom, we can just grab it. We don't have to go back out to the truck. But the really cool thing that I want to talk about on this trimmer that I personally really like is this edge attachment. Now you see a lot of guys will take off the cover that comes with these, or the guard on the trimmer. And the idea behind doing that is they get more length out of the line so they can trim more at a time. I'm not a fan of this. Every time I've tried to use a trimmer that's set up like that, I get hit in the face with rocks or whatever, or I throw something down the street. Heaven forbid I hit a kid or a passerby or a pet or anything like that. So I like to have some sort of a guard. The edge attachment is awesome for a bunch of different reasons. Number one, anytime I'm down trimming, if I have to get under a flower or a fence or something, and I don't want anything above that guard to get hit, I know where to put the trimmer. Now you can say, hey, yeah, but if you're really experienced with the trimmer, No, that's not really true. Of course, experience will help, but the reality is you're a human being and you can still hit it and you can damage it. So I'm of the opinion and the position that the guard is the better way to go. What is also cool about this is this can be used as an edger. So when you're coming along properties and you want to create that edge along the walkway in the grass, for example, you can do that with this. And that's another reason that I really like it, because now I don't have to have an actual edging machine on the trailer with me when I'm out working. Now I still will carry one around with me sometimes in the truck in the event that I get a call from a property that hasn't been edged all year. This will still edge it out, but it's going to take a lot longer if it hasn't been regularly edged. So having a traditional edger on hand is always helpful. I'm of the opinion that the walk behind push kind on the wheels is better than the straight shaft edgers, but I have both, and they both have a lot of good use with them, or a lot of applications where they're more beneficial than the other. But anyway, again, this is the SRM225. I paid about $260 for this, and that includes the attachment here on the end of the trimmer. The dealer that I go to, I bought a lot of equipment from them over the years, and I buy everything from them. But they even went ahead and put it on so that when I arrived, I had told them ahead of time when I was coming. They had it set up, and it was set to go. In all the years I've been using the SRM225s, I've never had any problems with them. I never. But what I can tell you is that oftentimes, if you're not diligent when you make your mixture between the oil and the fuel, that is something that can lead to a shorter life on the trimmer. And if you're using bad gas, you got to use good gas, because the bad gas has a tendency to gum up the carburetor. So I run with a pair of these on my trailer. And my trailer for myself is just set up for emergencies. So if the guys are behind on their routes, or we get someone that needs, they have a showing later today and they need their lawn mowed this morning, or whatever, I'm set up and I can go. And I can continue to build the business and the route by giving new customers immediate service and then putting them into one of the other guys' rotation in my organization. So again, that's the SRM 225 by Echo. I guess if I were to give it, a rating out of 5 stars, I'd give it a 5. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Again, it's safe. It's hard, especially with the 0.95 or the 0.095 line in it, to really cut through PVC pipe. It's still possible, but it's hard. And it's hard to cut through a cable line that might be exposed at the base of a property that you're trimming. We all get those calls from a property, whether we're new on the property or we're doing a one-time service where we're trimming. They don't tell us they have exposed wire, and if you're not careful, you can hit it. So if you're going to hit it, why not hit it with something that's not going to kill or sever the connection? Anyway, I just wanted to take a minute and share that with you. If you have any ideas or thoughts, please give me a comment down here. Let us know what you think about it. If there's another producer out there that you like. Again, I'm an Echo man. I use Echo for everything when it comes to the power tools, for the smaller equipment for my lawn care business. Hey, this is Joshua with I Cut Grass. Hey, give me a favor. If you haven't subscribed to my page, would you please consider doing that? Hope you have a good day. Thanks for watching.